What is up, guys and gals and guys? Space Unicorn here, bringing you some hot frag action. Today, guys, this is one of the... to be quite frank with you, this is a video I didn't want to have to make. But I felt like it needed to be made, and I felt like it needs to be said. So, we are going to get into this video momentarily. What I need you to do, guys, I need you to do a huge favor before we do that. Please like and share the video with a friend, say a comment. Anything is wonderful. So with that being said, let's get into the video.
Zombie apocalypse.
Alrighty, guys, so we are here. There's a few things you're going to notice. This video is being recorded, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 days after season starts, and you'll notice that my trophies have not changed. And that's kind of part of the thing that I wanted to go back and touch base with you guys on, because I feel like it needs to be done. Alright, so where do we want to start with this? So anytime Frag does an update, I get really excited like everybody else. I love messing around with the new characters. I love playing the game. I love seeing how the characters are going to mix and mash into the game. So we're gonna rewind here momentarily. We're gonna go back a couple days. We're gonna go back to the beginning of the Takeshi event, which was Friday. Looks like we're gonna have our first issue. We're gonna go back to the beginning of the Takeshi event. And I was sitting here messing around with one of my friends. We were playing some matches. We were dueling. It was Maui, a good friend of mine, in Frag. And we were like, all right, we're going to play some matches because that's what we do. We like to, it's like to duel. It looks like right now we have a bug. Lovely. So we were like, all right, we're going to duel. Here, guys, one moment while I load this back up. It'll only take a second. Sometimes this works, other times it doesn't. Didn't work. Alright, I'm going to load the whole game back up. Okay, guess not. Alright, loading the whole game back up. Alright, so we were running around, we were doing some duels, and I was noticing some issues with the cards, where AI was completely disregarding anything I had said to them. I had defensive eye crossing middle of the map, offensive eye standing in the middle, AI standing in the middle of the map, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, bro, what's going on here? And so we dueled. We dueled probably 20 times. And every single match, something was happening like that. And I'm like, this isn't even fun. Normally I have a lot of fun, me and Maui, whenever we duel. And it was just like, well, what the heck's going on here? And so I was like, oh, this is pretty typical. The AI sucks. So on and so forth. So then I started playing around with Striker to see if maybe the update had fixed his issue. It looks like we're going to freeze again. Maybe the AI had fixed the close range sensitivity issue where it locks on and spins you around in a circle. And that had not been fixed either. So then I was like, all right, well, we're going to play Duality. I wanted to play Duality. So we're like, all right, let's go duel, Maui. Let's go have some fun. Start playing Duality. I get killed. I did pretty good, though. I'm not going to lie. I get killed. She doesn't respawn. So I'm like, well, what the heck's going on here? So at this point, I tried testing it out a bit. I was like, all right, well, maybe eventually it'll work. So on and so forth. Yada, yada, yada. And so nothing I was doing was fixing it. I then noticed that a couple other legendary cards would not respawn upon being killed. At this point, I'm getting pretty pissed off. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And me and Maui had a talk. I'm like, how am I supposed to have fun with the game that I love and nothing's working? AI is not listening to me. Cards aren't respawning. Everything's delayed. I have defense that's playing attack because they're chasing somebody. And I have offense who sits there in the middle of the map and just decides that they don't want to move anymore. So I have to sit there and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So I let it go, and I let it boil down over the night, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe tomorrow it'll be smoothed out. I mean, it did just update, so maybe there's some bugs. So the Takeshi event starts. The event's crashing for everybody across the board. I'm getting so many messages from people being like, my game's crashing. What am I supposed to do? What's going on? So I tried to play it. It crashes 4 times. 4 times. So I had to reset because my game kept crashing over and over and over again. And so at this point, I got really, really frustrated. And I stepped, after I made my video on Saturday, I stepped back and I was like, okay, I need to seriously do some contemplation here and figure out what we're going to do here, because this is not acceptable. Now, as we move into this next part of our conversation here, guys, I want to say something before we get into this. I genuinely love Frag, and I have a passion for Frag. I've been around the game for such a long time, and it's super cool to have seen the game grow up the way that I have. Like I said, there is not other players that have the longevity that I do. So, let me just say that before we get into the next part. But, this is the big one. I had to sit back and I had to think to myself, do I honestly want to endorse something that they're not taking care of the issues that are present in the game? The thing with the game, like Frag, is it has to be constantly improving, and lately it's been constantly degrading. It's not the same game it was. Right now, you'll realize that my attack command is glitched. It has not left that tower. I have not touched it.